I guess there would still have to be a re-review hearing because the 90 days is up and would have to be extended. But the reason they scheduled a trial is to make, and the pre-trial conference, all this crap, is to make it clear that you know, there's no point in coming in and nothing substantial can be addressed at that little re-review hearing. So I suppose that's why they scheduled the trial. But there will still have to be a re-review hearing. I could show up incognito. Not take part. If I do that, I might get some information. The judge might ask what's been going on with my mom. Remember, I still want to try to use a magnifying glass and read what Auntie Kratz scratched off on the official paperwork. The official paperwork is the one to be the guardian conservator, the one that I was sent in the mail. That initial paperwork that devastated me is where she went on and on and on and on to get the emergency hearing without me having to be notified about it. She most definitely made misleading statements that were misleading, if not outright lies. Will I go to that pre-trial, the meeting before the pre-trial conference? That I don't know. Maybe I would if I. It's not gonna. It's just gonna be anywhere. It doesn't. It says it could. It says that when you do the memorandum, they want who was there, and they want the time, place, and you know what I mean? So the meeting could take place anywhere. Maybe if I talk to my mom's court-appointed attorney, and as I said, Auntie thinks that my mom's going to be able to get rid of it just by saying she doesn't want it. But the whole point is my mom's been deemed incapacitated and incapable of making her own decisions. So I think Auntie's out of luck on that one. Like I said, it's all a farce anyway, so who knows? It certainly doesn't make sense, especially since they say anyone can ask for an attorney to be appointed to my mom. And it doesn't say if your mom wants an attorney. It says your mom can request an attorney. That person, the incapacitated person, can. But it also says anybody can request an attorney for the incapacitated. So it wouldn't make sense that the incapacitated could turn around and say, nope, I don't want an attorney. When the whole thing is, if someone's requesting an attorney, they might not completely trust the person trying to be the guardian conservator over the incapacitated person. Not rocket science. But again, Auntie tries to make like she has the upper hand, which she has the upper hand, but not completely. She wants me just to be out of the picture, obviously. I can go incognito, and even she knows it's me. I don't have to talk to her. Could just not talk, period. She could say something to me, I could not acknowledge her. I wouldn't think it's not allowed legally. That if I'm party and I'm there, I have to make my presence known, but maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is not allowed by law. I could just ask on Yahoo Answers. I could ask on Yahoo Answers if I'm not willing to wait and to ask an actual attorney. I had yet another dream about my mom. I don't remember the specifics, but she confirmed what I believe is the case, that she's not seeing that doctor she'd been seeing for years. A really nice one. I think I said why, and she probably said, because Auntie doesn't want me to, whatever, yeah. Wonder why that would be, Mom. Wonder why that would be. I fed him at 3:15. I was up a little bit longer than that, and then I woke up a little after 10, so I slept. I still woke up exhausted, but that's understandable since I don't want to be waking up at all, It's not rocket science. And I just thought about that. They have to do the re-review hearing. Doing it to extend the temporary until it's settled. Whenever it gets settled, I read you in the other video the official paperwork. I wish there was some way I could talk to one or more of that photographer's models and have reassurance that he's the real deal, etc., etc. It would be a 100% guarantee, but nothing's 100% guaranteed. I'm not afraid of him. I told you my friends were, or the male was. The male half. But a lot of people don't understand that world anyway. It's all, revolves around fantasy, and if people aren't into that or whatnot, they can be very afraid of it and automatically think it's something evil or whatnot. And that's generally not the case. It's not that it can't be the case, but it's generally not the case. What I mean? I've talked to him on the phone, or I talked to him a while back, and then on New Year's Eve he was at his apartment, and I heard a whole bunch of people say, "Hey, how you doing?" You know what I mean? So to him by name. Now that it's starting to get warmer, I think I'm definitely going to at least go meet him. Pretty much because I'm miserable and it'll be something to do. I had bought my mom one of those intuition razors that she likes. It's unopened. I don't want it. They're pretty expensive, though. Even if it's past 3 months, I think I got it at Walmart. And it's unopened, and even if it's past 3 months, and they won't give me, cash back or put it back on my credit card. They'll give me a store credit, I'm sure. Since it's unopened, they might not even pay attention that it's past the date, and they might, depends on who you get. They might just not want to argue. I certainly have the receipt, as we've already established. I have every receipt. I can account for just about every penny that was spent. Since Auntie couldn't turn over that money fast enough. She was pissed about the 7 months of hell we went through, and that they were going to go after her, and the fingers were being pointed at her, and she wanted nothing to do with anything anymore. She was still part of my mom's life, just as a sister, Go back to getting together once in a blue moon, in a family thing, whatever the family thing, And suddenly she just gets to act like she knew everything going on in this household. She was a huge part of it when she wasn't. She gets to rewrite the reality that took place here, when all the burden and responsibility was put on my shoulders to try to figure out how best to help and save my mom from herself, from her delusion she could live alone. And I did all of that for her sake, so she would not, unintentionally, because she had the delusion that everything's fine with her, wind up a ward of the state. And as I said, there are people who know that. Her primary care physician is one of them. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if Auntie got her away from him, even though my mom loved him, and he's so nice, and seeing him for years. But he's someone that knew me. And Auntie knows this. She watches my videos probably, and knew that I was trying to help my mom. And Auntie wants to rewrite the reality. She wants to rewrite the past, the recent past. It's clear to me, with the lies, with the perjury, with the, suddenly she's got my mom the best psychiatrist, but when I wanted my mom to get away from Nurse Ratched, I was bothering Auntie. I was overreacting. Nurse Ratched's right, just because you're against drugs doesn't mean you have to fly off the rails every time your mom gets hospitalized. So nonchalant, get it? She was so nonchalant about all of it. And now suddenly I'm working closely with the best psychiatrist in Massachusetts to help. Oh, it's so phony. It's so phony, because if she really cared, it would have been an all-along thing. We set our differences aside. We work together, not you sum it up. She belongs in a nursing home. You take care of it. I'm busy.